website right now and download my free course on alternate picking mastery. It contains 5 essential exercises that will take you to alternate picking mastery faster than you can imagine. And then I've included my method of how to lay out a practice plan in just 1 to 2 minutes that will absolutely boost your results like nothing you ever tried before. So go download it right now. It's free. Hammer-ons and pull-offs, Legato, can do something crazy for your sound. Once you start being able to blend them with alternate picking, as we talked about in the previous video, you get another advantage. And that advantage is that you can phrase while you're playing fast. You can also use it as you're playing slow, because Legato has the advantage of being a softer attack. When you hit the string with your pick, you get an attack. And you can actually, sometimes if you hear an alternate picking run for long enough, you can kind of take that attack out of the sound, and all you hear is basically because that's what that sound there is. And when you add distortion, you hear that all the time when it's in there. It's that exact sound is in there. And that's what we like about alternate picking. We like that hard bam bam sound, that machine gun like, and also with a clean sound. Right? We like that. It's aggressive. It's kind of. But Legato has just the opposite, because we are basically producing the notes by tapping or hammering on. So we're using the momentum of the note that we already have, or we get a soft sound that's more violin-like, or we pull off, which is more a plucking of the string with the soft tips of our fingers. So it's amazing for influencing the sound when you play fast. And if you master some alternate picking, some sweep picking, and a lot of hammer-ons and pull-offs, Legato, then you have really the power to shape how you want your runs to sound. And also your phrasing when you. That's an intense blend of picking and legato in order to produce a certain flowing sound sometimes. And right? And I really warmly recommend that you start looking into that, mastering all 3 techniques, and directional picking also. Don't shy away from that. Every technique you learn will strengthen all the other techniques. So, and I, of course, have a course out that's been out for some time that really focuses on mastering this technique on a totally high level. And you can. And once you start really looking into that and use the exercises in it, you'll discover that, just a week of that, of doing those exercises with the metronome, really performing your hammer-ons and pull-offs in a extremely effective way, will just open up your whole playing. Because of the other reasons we've been talking about as well. So, but let's now look into a really cool run, and then that uses both. That really has just one usage of the difference between alternate picking and legato. So let's have a look at it. As you can hear, this little line that I just played is really dependent on me doing hammer-ons and pull-offs. It's not just a matter of trying to let me see if I can get the guitar into the actual camera angle here. It's not just a matter of trying to play, making the whole thing more efficient. It's also a matter of having that. So I'm using directional picking here. Let's just play the whole thing, and then we can talk about it afterwards. I'm using the A harmonic minor scale, which, the notes here in the 16th on the high E string, and then the 13th on the high E string, and the 12th. All right? Let me just play it semi-slowly for you. And you can use alternate picking instead of directional picking. I'm picking the first one. Actually, I'm sliding up to it. I'm hitting the note somewhere down here, and then sliding up to that note. And you can totally do that. You just have to practice, like throwing a dart. You just have to practice going up there. Don't do it wrong. Don't hit another note. Just do it as slow as you need to in order to hit that right note. And if you keep doing that for like 5 or 10 minutes, then you will absolutely learn to hit any note you want. So, do that. Then you pull off down to the 13th, pull off down to 12th. Right? That's the first wheel. So you let that rest a little bit. So you say wee-dee-da, wee-dee-da, wee-dee-da. Then here comes the picking. I'm going down to the B string. I'm picking the 15th, 13th, and 12th. And then I'm moving position down to the 10th. And I'm going 10, 12, 13. And I'm picking the whole thing. And then I hit the 10th fret on the high E string and start hammering on and pulling off again. So again. Once I've done this, up here, I hammer on to 12th, hammer on to 13th, and then I pull off down to 12th and pull off down to 10th again. Alright, so from there, I play the whole scale down, very simply. I play the 13th, 12th, and 10th on the B string, and I'm going to show you the directional picking, so it's up, down, up, down, up. Then I hit the harmonic minor note, the raised 7th there in the 13th fret. You can also go down in the natural minor, just use the 12th fret. But 13th, the upstroke, 10, downstroke, upstroke in 9th. The next string here, let me just see what I did. Was that it? Yeah, I think that was it. So 13, 10, and 9, and then 12, 10, and 9 on the D string. And then I hit the root note of A in the 7th fret. So alright, simple little one. But what I need you to listen to, if I did this with no hammer-ons and pull-offs, it was like, which is cool, which is what alternate picking does. It kind of accentuates everything. Right? But it creates kind of a flowing sound in the top of my things, and it makes it much easier to hit a right? But that's actually very welcome, that sound, that flowing sound. And you know, I'm just going back and forth between these 6 notes, you know, like that, and I'm only, you know, hitting the first note on the high string. Get a cool alternating between that flowing sound and that very accented sound. And if you combine it with directional picking as well, which also has a flowing sound because it breaks that very, you know, up and down, that it breaks it. Because that sweeping, that string shift is kind of non-accentuated. So that's just one example of how you can really use legato to create a special effect. And of course, everywhere, once you start looking into these things, you can use, you know, that kind of thing. Hear that? Gives you a much more flowing liquid sound almost when you use legato. And in combination with alternate picking, you get to go back and forth between the very rough and the very soft. Another thing you can do to really integrate your legato, your hammer-ons and pull-offs into your playing is to work with your phrasing and really see how much of it you can use all the time. And that's a creative process more than it's a specific training method or a specific way of doing it. So just add a little distortion to your sound and then, stop phrasing like just a pull off there and a slide. Sometimes it's a silent little, a whisper. Right? So really work with it. And it's like a meditation when you do something like this, that you work with your phrasing, you try to see what can that technique do for me. And if you do that just 5 to 10 minutes a day, just looking, close your eyes, just take a simple area of the fretboard that you really know, and then start phrasing. Then you'll quickly develop the ability to really use legato hammers and pull-offs in a much more profound way, where you're mixing it with your other techniques in order to achieve a different sound. Subscribe for more free videos. Do it. Do it now. Do it.